Jerika, and today's video is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be long or short, and I hope I'm in focus. I can't really tell because I don't have my glasses on. But I want to do this video just to talk to you guys, like real straightforward. So basically today is, what's today? March 18th. It is a Wednesday, and I just want to do this video because I want to help some people out there. Because let's see, January 28th, which was a Wednesday, I was fired from my job. I will never forget this day because this job, it would have been 2 years this year had I not got fired in January. It would have been 2 years. So the fact that I was even there for almost 2 years was great. But this job, so I came to work, I was all dressed up, and I was actually in a really good mood that day. I had on my heels, I had my hair done, and I was like, cool, today's gonna be a good day. So I walked into my job, I sit down on my computer like I always do. You know, you start up your computer, you log in, and then you clock into your phone, because I did work at a call center. And as soon as I clocked in, the manager came to my desk and told me to go into this, like, you know, if you work at a call center, you have different aux numbers. So I did that, and I was told to go down to this room. And this is the room that I call the room of doom, because you know if you're going down here, you're either getting written up about something or you're being fired. So as soon as I walk in the room, I see this lady sitting in there. She's not smiling in any way, shape, or form. Like, she's just not smiling. She is just sitting there like with the most dull look on her face. So, and she has a stack of papers, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting fired. I already knew it. Once I walked in there and seen her, I'm like, yep, I'm getting fired. And it was just crazy because me getting fired was no fault of my own. It's not like I tried to get fired or anything like that. Like, I know some people, you know, they try to get fired because they don't like the place or whatever. But that's just not, I'm not that type of person. That's just not in my integrity. I don't want, I would never get fired on a job on purpose, because, not because I could do it, but just because it's just not who I am. I'm a type of person that if I do something, then I want to try and do my best at it. And I really did do my best at that place, and I was still let go. And it is March 18th, and I still have not got unemployment. So it's like, okay, either my job is fighting it, or there's just so many unemployed people that it's just taking them a while to get to my claim. I don't know what the deal is. And yeah, so I don't know how many other people out there have been in that situation. You've been laid off, you've been fired. I know someone who worked at a job for over 20 years and they got laid off. And always on the news you hear about JCPenney's are closing down stores, like Kmart is closing stores, and there's some other stores that's closing down. But when a store closes down, people are getting laid off and people don't have income to provide for their families. Therefore, there's so many people unemployed in the state of Missouri. It's crazy. Really, the job scene here is just not good. Like, it really sucks. But yeah, if you're unemployed in St. Louis, you know what I mean. Like, it's really hard to get a job here. I have no idea why, but it really is. So you're in a situation where you're stuck. You don't have any money to provide for your family. You may have a little bit of savings. And once your savings is gone, it's like, what? Then what? Because as I mentioned, it's hard to get a job here. And you're in a situation where you can't provide for your family. So you're stressing out, you're losing things, their house is getting foreclosed, cars are being repossessed. Like, I see this stuff every day, I read about it every day, and it makes me sick, it makes me sad, because you give yourself to a job every day. You let them tell you when to come in, when to take a break, when to go on lunch, when to come back from lunch, when to clock out, and they even get to tell you when you have to do mandatory overtime. So you mean to tell me that I need to come in on Saturday, which is my off day, because it's mandatory overtime, because so many people have been fired or quit because the job sucks, that now I have to let go of my personal free time that I may have had planned with my family to come into work. Like, mandatory overtime to me is the devil. I don't know who made up mandatory overtime. Whoever made mandatory overtime must not have ever had to do it, because it is the worst thing possible. To have overtime that's optional, cool. If you want to work 7 days a week, that is your thing. But for people like me, no. I want to have my 2 days off. Like, I want my 2 days off. So the fact that mandatory overtime, I can't stand it. So anyway, back to the point. So many people are just left up to dry. Like, when I was fired, I was like, are you serious? I felt so betrayed, and like, I even cried, because I'm like, do. So what is good enough anymore? Like, what is good enough for a company? How can you sit there and let a company tell you whether or not you're good enough, or whether or not, you know, you do this right, or if you do that right, or you're worth this raise, we'll give you a raise in 6 months, and 6 months come, oh well, it'll be another 6 months because you haven't met this stat. So even though you gave your all, we see that you're trying, you're just still not good enough. Like, what is good enough for a job? And when are we going to stop letting jobs define us? And when are we going to stop letting jobs tell us when we're worth a raise? Because so many of us, like, we get jobs at fast food places, and minimum wage in Missouri is $7.75. You cannot live off of minimum wage, even if you work 8 hours a day. Like, let me just do the math. So, like I said, minimum wage here in Missouri is $7.75. I don't know what it is in any other state, but a full-time job is when you work 40 hours. So if you made $7.75 an hour for 40 hours a week, that is $310. That's not even excluding tax. I mean, including tax. Once I take taxes out of that, it's going to be like $250. And if you made $250 a week for 4 weeks, that's $1,000 in a month. Your rent is probably $500 of that. Your car note is probably $200 of that. Then you got electricity. Then you got food. Then you got amenities such as cable. At the end of the day, you can't survive off $1,000 a month. I don't know anybody that can survive off $1,000 a month unless your car is paid off and all you have to worry about is rent and like electric. Then maybe you can live off of that, but you ain't gonna have anything to do anything extra with. All your money is gonna go to bills. And who wants to wake up and go to work every day just to pay bills? That is the most depressing life ever imaginable. And so many of us become robots that we get used to waking up and going to work and coming home and fixing dinner for the kids and going to bed and waking up and doing it all the same day. We get used to doing that, and we become robots, and we get up on autopilot because it's what we're told that we need to do in life. So we just go on autopilot, and next thing you know, it's 40 years down the line when you can finally retire, and then you don't even get Social Security because you never really made enough, and the people that do get Social Security probably get $3 something a month. You can't survive like that. And so basically what I'm saying is, we as people need to stop depending on jobs. And you may have a corporate job and you
be like, oh, well, I'm good, I got a corporate job.
But that doesn't even matter these days, because a corporate job can lay you off just like any other job. You can have a job where you just think you're just the ish and nothing will ever happen to you, but you can be fired. Like, the point is, you don't ever know what's going to happen. The only person that knows what's going to happen is God. And yes, everything happens for a reason. However, to depend on a job alone is just not smart. So basically, I'm giving you guys this video because I want you to hear from me. Like, this has happened to me. Like, I was let go in the middle of nowhere and just left out to dry. And like I said, I still haven't gotten unemployment. So it's like, and I know I'm not the only I'm not the only person in this situation. That's why I wanted to do this video, so somebody out there can relate to what I am saying. Like, there's so many of us out there, and you guys need someone out there that's gonna be like, okay, I need to do better in life. I need to stop depending on a job. I need to make a decision now to get in and change my life. And I'm making this video because, seriously, if you just make the decision to do something different that you've never done before, then you will get a different result. To do the same thing over and over expecting a different result is insanity. Going job after job is insanity. You work this job, you get fired. You may have to get another one. You work that job, you may not like it, you might quit. You work another job, you may not like it, you quit, or you get fired. Like, it's just a never-ending it's just a never-ending thing, and you just never get anywhere. And you just have all these jobs, and next thing you know, you got 15 jobs in your resume and you weren't even there a year for any of them. That doesn't look good. So that's why I have resorted to entrepreneurship, because I personally, I can't put my life back betting on a job. Like, you just can't do it these days. So if this video helped you, I just want you to comment below. And if you want to work with me, if you want to make $5,000 a week, if you know you are determined and you want to make a change for your family, you want to be able to stay home with your kids and not have to worry about daycare, and not have to worry about somebody mistreating your child in daycare and bullies, and if you want to stay at home and not miss those precious moments, and work for yourself, take those family vacations and get paid for taking those family vacations, then you have come to the right video. And I personally will hold your hand and help train you to make $5,000 a week. I'm telling you, it is possible. You can do it. $20,000 a month is $240,000 in 1 year. Not to mention all the tax advantages. So if you are ready to get started, then make sure you comment below saying I'm in. And yes, there is an application process because I don't work with everybody, because everybody ain't ready for success. That's just what it is. Everybody is not ready. So yeah, if you like this video, make sure you comment below, and I thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you click the link below the video, and have a good day.